October is upon us. That means costumes, candy, and of course, more new flavors to sample on Steam. This month we have 8 titles and 1 expansion covering a wide variety of genres, so I am confident that there is something here for just about everyone. All links can be found on my Patreon, because I'm pretty sure YouTube hands out toothbrushes for Halloween, as opposed to candy. First up we have Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. I'll be talking about this expansion later this month in more depth, but think of this as the actual release of the game, and the previous 3 years as early access. Cyberpunk has gone from a broken and buggy Grand Theft Auto clone into an amazing exploration of transhumanism in the twilight of humanity. Now I just can't wait for Starfield to leave early access. In another 3 to 4 years. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is available for PC on Steam and GOG. Next up we have Eragon Prologue. I first played this VR optional action-adventure back in 2021 when their free demo released on Steam. I loved the character design, the fighting, and the cutscenes. And it was an actual game, which, as many of you complain about to me, is hard to come by in our industry. So Eragon has had multiple release dates scheduled throughout 2023, and I did reach out to the developer about the initial 2023 release date. Their only response was to leave me on scene and update the Steam page. Not that I'm still salty about that or anything, but if you love magic, harems, and a classic hero's journey, then you'll enjoy Eragon Prologue, available for PC and Mac in both VR and non-VR versions, with the demo also available on Steam. Our next game, A Promise Best Left Unkept, is actually another harem building game. Unfortunately, this harem is being built by your former high school bully and includes your current girlfriend. There are multiple perspectives to experience, which will eventually lead to 8 different endings. This is one of those story-heavy games, and it is fascinating to watch the interpersonal dynamics unfold between the characters. A Promise Best Left Unkept is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam. Would you rather play as the Chad character? Next up we have Venus Blood Gaia International. So this is a strategy RPG, but it's also a JRPG. Does that mean I can call it a JSRPG? Or a SJRPG? Initialisms aside, this is a dungeon defense and turn-based strategy game that has a heavy focus on, let's call it, repopulating the world through the power of tentacles. Just like with the previous titles, Gaia implements the law and chaos paths which determine the type of playthrough you experience. If you're a fan of the Venus Blood series, you will definitely enjoy Venus Blood Gaia International, available for PC on Steam, and Jast, where you can also download the free patch. Our next title, Flip Witch Forbidden Sex Hex, looks like the perfect game for October, and I expect that it will be on this year's Halloween list later this month. It's giving me the same vibes as Castle in the Clouds DX and Midnight Castle Succubus. This game looks amazing, and allows you to flip between a witch and wizard form while you explore and fight monsters. Of course, there are outfits to collect for both forms, as well as different story paths to unlock. Flip Witch Forbidden Sex Hex is available for PC on Steam. Next we have the slice of life visual novel, Making Memories. This is a bittersweet harem-building romance. While the English language localization is a bit rough at times, the touching story still comes through. If you like slow burns, you'll definitely enjoy Making Memories. Available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam and Patreon, with a free version on itch.io. No monthly Steam list would be complete without a Kagura title, like our next one, Prey Game. Made by the same developer as Dark Hero Party, this is a fantasy RPG where you play as Elsie, a magic student stuck on an island where she must fend off monsters at every turn. I know what you're thinking, but no, this is not an NTR game. But there is still plenty of corruption in store for our female protagonist. Prey Game is available for PC on Steam, DL Site, and Kagura's website where you can also get the patch. Up next we have Paradise Girls. This looks like a re-release of Bounce Paradise and Beauty Paradise, where you have the option to choose between a male or female character at the beginning of the game, rather than having 2 separate games from each perspective. As you explore the open world map, you have to work on keeping your recently inherited resort in business through the help of a legion of waifus. Paradise Girls is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam. And finally, we have Love of Magic Book 3, The Return. This is the conclusion to the Love of Magic series, and it is so rare for a game in our industry to actually finish. So congrats to Joy Productions. I first played Book 1 back in 2020, and I was so surprised at not only the creative storytelling, but also the animations and the level of involvement you had with each character. In the third book, you have just won the war. Spoilers. But you still need to grow stronger, strengthen your relationships, and go on new quests. Check out my full review later this month. Love of Magic Book 3 The Return is available for PC, Mac, SteamOS, and Linux on Steam and itch.io. There you have it. Seriously though, go play Cyberpunk. Even without the expansion, the recent 2.0 update makes this a completely different experience than the broken mess that was foisted upon us back in 2020. This is now a great game. Until next time, no shaming, just gaming. Thanks to all this month's support on Patreon. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you all.